I want to tell you another story real quick and how this show actually started. Now this show started when I came to Sedona in 1998. And, I was raising two boys. They were 10 and 11 at the time. And so I got it organized to where I was actually starting to go out to open mics. Something I wanted to do. The only open mic in town happened to be at the Oak Creek Brewery. And it was being hosted by Dale at the time. And so the first time I went out, I actually got up and did stand-up. And I was okay with all that. But the next week I came back, and Dale pulls me aside and he says, "Oh, by the way, you can't do stand-up and sign up. You can get up, but you can't sign up." So what he was saying is that I could go up and play with myself between the acts, but I couldn't really officially get any time on the stage. I said, okay, cool. So what I did is poetry. So now I felt all good about that. Anyway, the next week I come back and Dale tells me that my poetry is too spiritual. And I'm thinking, too spiritual for Sedona? That's kind of curious. That's interesting. So I come back again. This time I bring a posse. Okay, I got a flute player, I got a little djembe player, we're doing a beat thing, and I was doing a piece, and I'm going to share that piece with you because there is a story behind this piece. Now this is a piece called I Believe. Now if you understand the thought process, there's three levels of thinking. First one is that we all have thoughts, they're random and they move rapidly because that's our imagination at work. Then we start to organize these thoughts and we start putting them into systematic understanding, which I would also just call beliefs. So people get their beliefs going and they'll hold on to beliefs, they'll challenge beliefs, they'll become enraged by beliefs, and they'll actually kill for beliefs. But then, after that, there is just knowingness. You get to a point where you actually gain some kind of wisdom. You just own your thoughts, and you really don't have to fight about it, or debate it, or any of that. Does that make sense? Okay. So, with that preface, this piece is called I Believe. Okay, and this got me thrown off the stage halfway through the piece, which motivated me to start the new open mic, which we did at the Lizard Head. So this is the piece that got me busted on the stage at the brewery.
What happens tonight?
Yeah, they can't fire me tonight. So anyway, this is called I Believe. I believe choices are a responsibility. I believe life starts when you do. I believe art is a process. I believe it's possible to be a successful failure. I believe that it's not the fall, it's the landing. I believe it's important to own your character. I believe in peace of mind. I believe challenges hone our strengths. I believe in being a slave to my purpose. I believe life is interesting if you are. I believe people who live troubled lives enjoy it. I believe everybody picks their nose. I believe there are no accidents, and I believe you are your attitude. I believe in every person lives a skeleton. I believe bowels are the barometers of our lives. I believe you can never have too much fun, and I believe if you don't know where you're going, you won't like where you really end up. I believe you're only as good as your integrity, and I believe life isn't about any one moment. I believe everybody screws up sometime. I believe you shouldn't shit and eat simultaneously. I believe it's easy to lose perspective. I believe it's easy to keep perspective. I believe it's all in your perception. I believe it's all relative. And I believe mental masturbators have diarrhea mouth. I believe if you can lose it, you can find it. And I believe all packs need a good alpha leader. I believe ego stifles greatness. I believe there is no free lunch. I believe you can find happiness if you look. I believe if you don't burp and fart, you'll explode. It's physics. It's a natural order of the universe. I believe if you don't wake up and smell the coffee, it's about time to start brewing some. I believe the criminal mind sustains government, and I believe that peace is unattainable through military force. I believe if you are constipated, you must be full of shit. That's where I got cut off from the bartender. I pressed one too many buttons. I believe it isn't broke, don't fix it, and I believe if your consciousness doesn't get you, your karma will. I believe if you're not looking for solutions, you are the problem. I believe that things fall apart. It's scientific. I believe it's better to be looked over than overlooked. I believe given time, things change. I believe if the whole world is shitting on you, you better change your world. And I believe happy people make you sick, you're sick. I believe if you remember every asshole that you ever met, you must be one. And I believe if you talk long enough, nobody listens. I believe if you think I'm scary, look in the mirror. And I believe no matter where you go, there you are. And I believe if you're smarter than everyone, you cannot learn a thing. I believe if you're bored and have nothing to do, you are bored and you have nothing to do. I believe if you throw enough dirt, you're going to lose some ground. And I believe that when you assume, anticipate, or expect anything from anyone at any time, it's a setup for a disappointment every time. I believe if you talk trash, you must be it. I believe if you spend all your time getting into other people's business, you have none of your own. And that would be, I believe, just some thoughts and ideas to pass on to you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. So,